Oh, there it goes. Another day, another incident in which the SIG P320 fires on its own. It has like its own will. It's a sentient gun. It decides when it fires. You know, it's a AI sort of thing. Not really. It's just a terrible design that should have never been adopted by the United States military, should have never been adopted by any police department or be out in the civilian market. It is just a bad design. Guys, as always, welcome to a more survivalist channel. If you want to learn more about preparedness, survival, including stuff like this, you have a lot of information here already. You have my books as well, Street Survival Skills and Surviving the Economic Collapse. A ton of valuable survival and preparedness information in my books. What is it that I say? Keep it simple. Don't go with any weird stuff. Go with proven designs, pistols that have been adopted over the years and have proven to be satisfactory designs, that have gotten the job done, that are safe, they're reliable. These things are essential. Now, there's a number of reliable, safe guns in the market. I mean, everything from your Glocks to your, Beretta 92s, your 1911s, your many HKs, many good manufacturers that make excellent firearms. But you don't go with unproven crap, even if it's adopted by U.S. military in very suspicious circumstances. Going past the most reliable pistol ever made, which is the Glock pistol, and adopting the SIG P320, an unproven gun with a horrible, horrible design. A striker-fired gun that is always in single action and you're no external safety. I mean, barely that with a 1911, cocked and lock and whatnot. Okay, cocked and lock and fine. In a striker-fired gun, as if it was a Glock, but with a firing pin completely mounted, I mean, you're just asking to have problems with that. And that's what's happening. Let's check this out. This is the latest incidents involving the SIG P320.
This is Security Gate 4 at the USAA campus in San Antonio on March 18th, 2025. Watch closely as the security officer steps out of the guard station. Here it is again.
One of my coworkers, Chuck Soros, came out of the guard shack, and immediately as he exited the guard shack, his gun just went off.
Officer Chuck Searle's service pistol discharged. You can see the concrete explode as the bullet hits the sidewalk. What was your first reaction to that?
We didn't know what happened.
Matthew Gill was one of the security guards on duty that day.
My coworker had a burning sensation on his arm, and I had a burning sensation on my face, and when I pulled out whatever was there, it was metal. It was shrapnel.
Gill says their U.S.
Shrapnel. Well, it's not shrapnel. It's like a grenade. What happens here, for folks that don't know, is when you have a metal jacket, bullet that's lead. The projectile is lead covered by a copper jacket, and that jacket is what basically explodes. And yes, tiny pieces of that fly everywhere, and that's why you wear eye protection in the range, especially when shooting metal targets. And you don't want to be very close to metal targets, and you definitely want them to be like this, so that if it hits, it bounces back to the ground. I mean, the angle does help, and the idea is that metal will basically, the projectile disintegrates, and small pieces of lead and jacket fly all over the place, but you want to keep eye protection because of this sort of stuff. Now, in terms
March
of the
18th,
SIG,
2025. Watch closely as the security officer steps out of the guard station.
Boom.
Here it is again.
Here it is again. So the gun is clearly in the holster. It's a holster that covers pretty much, everything that it should be covering. Now, I don't know exactly every little detail because I don't know if this guy had used a holster to, as a pencil case or kept a pen in there. I have no idea. These weird things have happened. But in general, we're seeing lots of these situations in which the gun, loaded, round in the chamber, in the holster, fires on its own. Fires on its own, or fires when you place the holster somewhere, you put it on the table, fires. It is not a freaking safe gun, guys. I get it. You like your SIG P320. Oh, of course you do. It's single action. It's a beautiful trigger. Single action striker fired. And it's not supposed to be that. In your Glock, which is also striker fired, but it's not fully cocked. In your Glock, you need to put a little bit more pressure to finish the movement backwards until it fully cocks, and then going up a little ramp, it releases. That little extra pressure makes it safe. not only is the pressure, it's the movement backwards so as to go fully cocked. And not only that, it has a ramp with a shelf so that it will not, even if it just magically disengages, it just cannot fire. It's a great design. Glocks are they're super popular and reliable for good reasons. Reasons that the SIG P320 simply hasn't got. It is just a bad design. It's a single action striker fire, a bad design. You should have other safeties in place because that alone is not safe enough. It's like going around with that Python over there, right? My Colt Python. Imagine carrying that thing cocked. You just cock the hammer and you carry it like that. Dude, what are you doing? And even that, because of how the gun works and whatnot. But this is a stupid idea. It was a bad design always. It makes no sense. But these things, there's already several videos of the SIG P320 in a holster firing uncommanded. Ooh, the guy is touching the grip. It should not fire because you touch the grip. It should not fire because someone passes by you and just makes contact with the holster. The guy that, a very tragic incident. A military police officer, I believe he was, placed the holster on the desk with the gun inside the holster, and that fired as well. That is not a safe gun. It is simply not.
P320s. He says Officer Searles' P320 went off without a trigger pull.
Officer Searles said that, man, my gun just went off. And he was like just freaking out. Like, first got on board, USA firearm went off and it shot him in the leg.
And Gill says there was a third incident over the summer.
It happened on September 20th.
Third incident in the same security, USAA, same security.
Bill says he tried to raise alarm bells with USAA about the Sig Sauer P320 and the numerous reports of the P320 going off out of the blue. Over the last year, I have tracked 3 incidents in Texas where officers say their P320s went off without a trigger pull. One in LaGrange, Marble.
It's all over the place. We know why it is. The design the design is what it is, right? Just we need to accept that it's not a safe gun. Now the USSA says they had the gun checked by the manufacturer and by their own lab and by themselves, and they say the gun has no malfunction.
And went on to say 2 weapons that were unintentionally discharged were thoroughly assessed by the weapon manufacturer, a forensics lab, and USAA, and no evidence of a mechanical failure was found in either instance.
Oh, right, nice way. Okay. Yeah, there's no mechanical failure. It is a failed design. There's nothing, there was a mechanical failure. No, it's a bad design. It's an unsafe design. It's a design that should have never been approved for law enforcement, military, or civilian use. It's just dangerous by design. Of course, perfectly fine. No mechanical failure. Terrible design, though. Terrible design, dangerous gun. Stay the hell away from the SIG P320. Follow the advice of people like myself. Stick to safe, reliable guns that have been around for a long time and have proven themselves, such as the Glock pistol and many others, right? The guns that I have, everything that I have is very well designed and it's safe because time has proven so, right? The only thing that's proving is that you should not rely on a SIG P320. That's it. Guys, see you on the next one. Take care.